What's up, y'all? Welcome to a new episode of Transcending the Culture. I am your host for tonight, James. Listen, my girls are not with me tonight. Both of them are under the weather, so I definitely want to send some shouts out to Cat Queen and to Tiff Tiff. Hopefully, they are feeling better. Listen, these ladies have been under the weather really since right after Thanksgiving. So, definitely sending well wishes out to them. But the show is going on tonight. We got an amazing guest here with you guys tonight. There's so much going on just in terms of trending topics, trending news, hot topics, kind of all that jazz. And of course, Cat Queen usually takes the reins of that. What we are actually doing now is we're starting to ramp up all of our social media. So you'll start seeing a lot of these stories and whatnot on social media. Where obviously you can go, between YouTube and Facebook and uh, all the different social media platforms. You can go through, actually pull us up, follow, like, subscribe, and then you can comment on stuff, and then that'll be stuff that we'll get up here on the podcast. So, all of that being said, again, I want to welcome you guys to the show. A lot of stuff going on with Transcending the Culture. Make sure you guys are here next Wednesday. We are going to have comedian Popo Brown here on the podcast next Wednesday. So make sure that you are watching. Make sure that you're here. You probably will get an opportunity to maybe kind of chat back and forth with her for a second. Or, you can always get your questions and that sort of thing up in the comments. I am monitoring the comments tonight, so make sure you guys drop a line. Let me know that you're here. Definitely get your questions up for our guest tonight, which takes me to the guest. Listen, you guys know I'm like a big music head, so I always like bringing different artists onto the platform, and not just this platform, but of course I do the Entertainment Club, have Black Point, and a couple other podcasts that I take part in. But it's always a delight to bring on a good musician and somebody who has some good quality music out there. And I do believe I'm bringing you that tonight. I came across this young lady. Really, it's been maybe about 2-3 weeks since I have really caught on to what it is that she's doing. Definitely inspirational music. She's got a new single out right now titled "Move," which I think is doing really amazing. We're going to listen to the song. First of all, there's a slower version, and then there's a faster version, which is almost like dance. And the dance one is the one that I heard first. So I'm not going to tell y'all how I was moving when I was listening to this song. But then I heard the slower version, and I was like, damn, okay, I can't really move the same. But listen, all in all, it's a really, really dope track. And the cool thing about our guest tonight is listening to that song, it makes you want to hear more. So one of the biggest things that I do. Hey, Jason, thank you so much for checking us out tonight. Listen, I saw your name on the track, so I know that I know you're responsible too. But listen, now I see I done got to talking to Jason and I done lost my train of thought. But anyway, listen, the music is really, really good. And actually, what I was saying was the cool thing about about our guest. I hadn't even told you who the guest was tonight. But at any rate, the cool thing about her is that when I heard that first song, it made me want to go back and listen to something else. I think she has a beautiful voice. I think that what people say all the time is, we've been waiting for you, we've been looking for you, like you're what the industry is missing. But I really, really do feel like she's what the industry has really been missing. So much stuff today sounds the same. So I find myself not necessarily listening to the radio a lot. And it takes me a little bit more time to pick up on a lot of new music because I kind of fall into that rut of listening to my playlists and playing the stuff that I know that I love. Throw it on my playlist, which I will tell you I did put Move on my playlist. So, and I'm out Ubering, driving Uber all day long. So many people have heard this song already. So I think it's really dope. I'm gonna shut up and actually bring our guest in tonight. So I need you guys to help me welcome Alex Sales here to Transcending the Culture. How are you?
Hi, James. How are you? How are you?
I am amazing. Kind of just like I was telling you before we went live. I'm really excited about the idea of you being here on the podcast. I listened to
Having me.
uh, and it's an amazing song. Like I said, it
Thank
made me
you. Thank you.
back to more. So we're definitely gonna talk about this single, obviously the
Mhm.
inspiration, and we know that the song is definitely touching on just kind of letting God take over and
Yeah.
take over your life. Um, I think that there's so many people who need this. They need this type of song. They need this type of inspiration. They need to hear this from us.
Hmm.
So I think it's beautiful all around. I definitely want to get into obviously how you got here, and just your overall artistry, what the future is looking like, and different things that you're working on. So before we even get into
Absolutely.
all of that, let everybody know who you are, and kind of take it from there.
Hey guys, so I am Alex Sales. I am from Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to Brooklyn. And I'm just a simple woman. I'm a creator, a kingdom builder, and a writer, producer, a singer. And besides all of that, I am just someone who loves to spend time with her family, her friends, who love to shop and eat. I'm just a simple person, but definitely a kingdom builder.
You have a beautiful voice, like how soft your
Thank
voice.
you. Thank
Like have
you.
you been singing your entire life?
Uh, Pretty much. I started singing at the age of 3.
Okay.
My mom told me that my first birthday song, my first song was "Happy Birthday,"
Yeah.
and she would let me just sing that song around the house all the time. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, happy birthday. She never stopped me. And what I love about her is because both sides of my family are musical. Somebody plays, somebody sings, somebody's doing something musical, writing, producing, and she never stopped me from doing what I was born to do.
Yeah.
Um, and then, of course, growing up in church, pretty much all my life, you start with the children's choir, then the
That was
youth
one of
adult
my questions,
choir,
like
and
the
then the
choir.
adult choir, and then the praise team, of course. So I've pretty much been singing all my life, and I'm grateful. I love to sing. I love to write. I just love doing what I love to do.
Listen, I think that's amazing. I ain't have no business being in nobody's choir, but I was in choir when I was little, but it didn't really. I don't know. Like I've always been a lover of music, but
Uh-huh.
singing and all of that stuff,
They
it
didn't give
just
you no solo. They never gave you a solo.
I probably I feel like I remember doing something like that when I was
Uh,
little, but I couldn't tell you because it ain't nothing that really stuck out in my mind because I don't think I really felt like I could sing. I mean I could
what?
hold a little note
You could do
here,
a little something, a little something.
like the shower guy. So because the acoustics be amazing. So like I can sing in the shower.
Always amazing. Always. I mean, it's always.
Now that's really cool though. So
Hmm.
coming up young, coming up in the choir and whatnot, like when did you actually decide that okay, I want to take this serious and I really want to do this as a profession?
Well, more towards like my teenage years, because what nobody doesn't know that I started out in a girl group, a R&B girl group. We never came out public, but my family, which I stated is, pretty much musical on both sides. They
Yeah.
started this entertainment group, Firestorm Entertainment, and we started out in a 4-girl group. Um, of course, girl groups, they go up and down, 1, 2, 3, and it was 4 of us, and then it came 3, then 3 became 4 again, up and down, then 2, and then we would record, but we didn't put the music, officially out. And then it wound up just being just me. And for a while, I was just doing R&B, and then after R&B, I was just like, and that's when you heard Below Zero, which came out in 2017. One of the writers, one of my friends, she wrote that song, written and produced the song. And I started there. And then for a while, I didn't put out anything from 2017. But, still in church, still singing, still ministering. And something was just like, I think your grace to do, gospel. That R&B is wrong. My mom grew up with both sides of the music playing in the household, but it's just, having a conversation with yourself, finding out what exactly are you meant to do. And that's when I knew, like around the age of about 18, 19, that gospel where I'm supposed to be.
Okay. What I
Yeah.
love, and I'll take it kind of back to your music for a second,
Hmm.
back to the single move, and even with Below Zero, like
Hmm.
listening to music, you don't. It's like you don't really get the categorization of gospel.
Mm.
I don't feel like it just pops out at you and says like this is gospel. Like I just feel like
Right.
it's good music. Um, like were you intentional in that?
The R&B or the gospel,
Well, I would say
or
the
just
gospel.
altogether? Um, yeah, I mean, it's a when you hear both songs, it is a difference to me because, of course, one is totally different about the other. But when I'm ministering, even on Sunday mornings, like you will see the different expression, the joy, and again, anything that I do, musical in the studio, I put 100% into it. So I just think that knowing who I'm singing about versus, what I went through in the low zero is, it gives you a different outcome. So they both give you feels, they both give you, who I am musically, but intentionally it's a little bit more and move. So I would say yes for that one.
Okay. Um, what did you feel like the experience of, obviously starting with the girl group and then going back and forth?
Mhm.
Like, you feel like that really taught you about the industry, or how do you feel like it prepared you for being a solo artist?
Absolutely. So we will always have, when I was in the girl group, we will always have like little conference meetings of about the industry, the percentage of what the writer may get, what the producer gets, how the music works. And because I was always so into music, I was just a little more advanced of knowing certain things. And then of course I don't know everything. To this day I'm still learning the industry because it's huge, it's big.
Yeah,
And but it definitely taught me artistry. It taught me growth in how to record, what to do, what not to do, how to present yourself. Because there were events that we went to that, even though we didn't sing, but it still showed my artistry of, okay, you're an artist, how to present yourself, how what not to do and what to do. And it definitely helped my growth, artist development. That's what I was
yeah.
looking for to say. It
It's,
definitely helped
I
because
love that you said artist development because
yeah.
that's one of the huge things right now that is really missing in the business.
Mm-hmm.
Artists
Mm-hmm.
being
Yeah,
developed.
it definitely, yeah, it definitely helped because again, we every week we sat in the conference room just talking about what we're gonna do, and we had different things, photo shoots. We had different things going on, and I kind of wish that it could have went a little further just to see and experience that side. But I'm grateful because it taught me again another side of the industry of let's say if I didn't do gospel, I would have just been there, and it helped me to this day to want to learn and learn more and just learn and be focused in the industry. Yeah.
It speaks volumes just in regard to the team of people that you were with,
Mhm.
because you hear
Mhm.
so much about artists, especially young women who are
Yeah.
in this industry and they don't get that type of education, and a lot of times
Yeah.
they sign deals and don't really know the ins and outs of it, and then I mean, you know how that turns out in
Then
the
they
end.
stuck. Yeah. I
Yeah,
even learned about the 360 deal, like,
yeah,
that's not good and what you
absolutely.
should not accept, I think it's important to have a team that not only knows the industry, but and that can only teach you, but knows what they're actually doing.
Yeah,
Because I know some artists who signed 360 deals and it just wasn't a good deal for them. It didn't, and you know how that is. Like it's not a
yeah.
good deal. And so, gratefully they were able to get out of it. Gratefully they were able to still soar and succeed. But it's just, having a team that can just be, lead you the right way. And that's why I'm grateful for my pastor, Jason
Absolutely.
Hendrickson, who is also the writer and producer because he knows a lot about the industry. He's been in it for 20 plus years for
I mean,
himself. So
like it speaks to
yeah.
the moral value, or the moral compass,
Hmm.
because a lot of
Yep.
people, like you mentioned, them knowing what they're doing, and it's one thing to know what you're doing, but you got to have some morality in there too, because like
Yeah.
A lot of
Absolutely.
people know what they're doing, and they're just flat out taking advantage of people. So like kudos to
Yeah.
him and
Yeah.
everybody that you've been with that really took care of you and made sure that you knew what
Yeah.
was going on. Like that's
Absolutely.
amazing. Like it
Yes, it is.
definitely. So 2017,
Hmm.
you released Below Zero.
Hmm.
Okay, so then that came, but now kind of moving up to now, you have the new single, Move. Kind of talk to us
Yes.
about the single.
So Move, it's it's an amazing song, and I'm not just saying that because I'm the artist, but
You
really
know,
it is. Even if I wasn't the artist singing it and it was somebody else presenting the same, it's a beautiful song. And again, shout out to my pastor, Jason Anderson, who is the writer and producer of Move. Um, there are so many things in my life that I need God, where I need God to move. And when Move was presented to me by my pastor, I immediately connected to the song. Um, it just struck something in me. And because of the areas that I'm, facing, being very transparent, I just need God to move. And I, got into the studio. We cut the vocals, the backgrounds, and of course, the genius that he is and the musician that he is. If you hear Move, all the instruments that you hear, all the sounds, the different pieces that came together, and here it is. It came out in July, and ever since then, I've been getting so many inboxes, so many text messages from family and friends, and even strangers who has
yeah,
added Move in their playlist, who they work out to it or they just listen to it on the way to work or whatever they do. And it's just been an amazing journey. And God is still in the blessing business. I'm just
absolutely.
stunned.
No, I think it's amazing. I'm all about feel good music and music that
Hmm. Me
uh,
too.
can be inspiring to people. Like there's so much going on in the world today.
Hmm.
So much stuff happening, and we need music like that, to kind of
We
take us
need,
to
yes,
help us imagine something else, and take our mind off of all of the craziness that's going on out
yes.
there. Like, how has it been out? Because I've been hearing about how well you're doing, like with your performances and whatnot. So, like, how has it been
Hmm.
out and performing this song?
It's been amazing, honestly. When I first performed Move, well, let me not say perform, ministered. It was at our conference. My bishop is Bishop Hill, Darrell Hill, and we have a conference every year. And that's when I first ministered the single. And then from there, there was other, events that were going on that I was on. But every event or conference that I've been at, it's been an amazing outcome. Of course, singing to the actual track of it, people will be like, when as an artist, you feel like, that, like, it's a track, you can't really, but
Yes.
I give it my all as if it's a full band behind
Yeah.
me.
Right.
Um, and then of course, soon to be having the actual band behind me. So it's just been amazing ministering to the people, my single, and you'll be surprised. A lot of people again come up to me like, "Oh my God, this song is
Good.
amazing," and the words, and I'm in the same boat as you, and
Good.
I'm just amazed. I'm just like, to God be the glory because this is because of him. You being blessed by my ministry is because of him. You guys seeing him in me and through me is because of him. And it's just getting started, but so far it has been an amazing journey.
I can only
Literally.
imagine, and I mean, just speaking from even personal experiences, and
Hmm.
after having listened to Move, and like, I literally was on the phone with a cousin of mine this morning, and
Hmm.
she's going through some stuff, and she needs some help. But
Yeah.
it was easy to be able to, and we talked a whole lot about, just keeping faith and knowing that God is
Right.
always in, and God is still in the
He's an
blessing
on
business.
God.
And
Yes.
your
Yes.
song came to mind because I've been listening to it.
Wow.
So like that,
Wow.
that's how it's really hitting people. And I can't be the only person. Like I know that this
No.
song, like listening to that song, I know that it's hitting people that way. Like, what does that speak to in terms of like, I guess, a full length project, or are you working on more music now, or
Yes.
okay,
So we do have another single. We'll probably drop it at the top of the quarter. We're working on a few actually, but there are some that's actually pretty much done. So we're gonna probably shoot out the next single the top of the first quarter because it's Christmas now.
yeah,
But we are working on an EP. After the EP, we'll be doing a full album. And then I do have some dates coming up where I'll be performing, and I actually will be in Atlanta January 7th for Atlanta Live.
okay,
Um, and then in June, I was nominated for 6 awards for the Rhythm of Gospel.
oh
So
wow,
it's some things coming up. And then the Spin Awards, we were blessed to go to the Spin Awards this October, and
okay.
I'll be back again where I ministered there, and I'll be back again for 2025. So again, God is in the blessing business, and definitely stay tuned and connected because we do have some new music coming. Absolutely.
What is it? What is it like for, obviously your music is circulating. People
Mhm.
are, really be, they're really in a space where they can grasp it now. But what is it like for you to be able to go out to like these massive events and actually minister?
Mhm. Um, Again, for me, I would say it's amazing. Like, again, I love ministering. So, of course, as an artist, most artists would say they may get nervous or they may get like, but I think once you set the tone and you pray and you ask God, use me, let them see you in me. And then once you're out there ministering to the people, I think it just becomes easy
Yeah,
because you already set the tone.
right.
So for me, if I'm at a massive event performing, and any artist would say this, or I think any artist will agree that you get that feeling, but then you shake it off. And again, since I've been ministering move, it has been an amazing experience. Like I'm not even trying to sugarcoat it. This is just what it has been for me. But not only amazing, a blessing. So I will go with that. It has been a blessing to just be in front of whether it's 10, 100, 200, just to be in front of a crowd to minister and let them, experience the move of God. Because
Absolutely.
that's exactly what it is, a move of God, not only asking God to move and speak a word and, heal our souls, but to just shift the atmosphere of where we are. Because again, like you said, you'll be surprised who's in that room who's
Absolutely.
going through something, and once they
Yeah.
hear the song or hear what's being sung, their whole spirit shifts. And that's what I want when I'm ministering. I want someone to come to know Christ or know Christ, but going through something that they just need God. And my ministry is able to shift your spirit back to Him and bring that faith back to like, you know what? I'm going through this right now, but God is still going to do it, and I'm going to keep the faith. So I would just say it's been a blessing, a blessing.
No, I think that's amazing. Um,
Mhm.
I think you're a blessing to so many people.
Thank you, thank you.
What it is that you're doing and your spirit, like that. When I say like it's needed, it is so
Hmm.
needed. And like I said
Thank
before,
you
it's so much happening out here. So like we need that
so
type of
much,
positivity in this industry right
so
now.
much.
So, it's and the industry is just looking bad right now. So like we need this type of positivity and this type.
Yeah.
Um,
It's, it kind of messes it up for a lot of people, but
yeah,
God is still God, and
absolutely,
what He touches, no man can, so.
absolutely. So 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 it sounds like you have a few shows coming up.
Mhm.
Possibly or potentially the new single is going to drop at the top of maybe the next quarter. What other things
Yes.
are going on right now that we can all look out for?
So I also model. So I did like, a photo shoot and stuff like that. So I'm trying to break more into that side as well. More of not just kingdom building, but the marketplace. So,
Yeah,
outside of that, again, I'm working with I do want to work with other artists, like, who are seasoned, of course, in the industry. But, music, modeling, um, I'm not a big go cook, but I can cook. Let me make that very clear. I can, but I do want to break more into the marketplace of modeling because I've always wanted to do that. And acting. I do want to do acting. So,
Now,
you
I
know,
think that's like the
yeah. So hopefully,
yeah, the sky is
mhm,
absolutely the limit. And you see, like, there's so many
absolutely.
people who are tapping into so many different areas. Like, you can
So
do it
many
all.
things. So
Yeah,
many things. And again, it's only God that can do these things and shift. So
absolutely,
I try to keep him first. I try to set the tone with him first so that way everything lines up in the way it should go.
absolutely. Um, you mentioned, possibly working with other artists, or your
Mhm,
desire to work with other artists.
mhm.
Who's musically, who's inspiring you out there right now? Like, where is your inspiration coming from?
I definitely would say Kiara shared. I definitely
You are my people. You
uh
say Kiera is here. You are my people. Okay.
I love, but I've been following Kiara Shear from when she was singing with her mom. I love
Yeah.
her style because she gives you a little bit of everything. She gives you the trap, she gives you the worship, she gives you make you want to dance. She does it all. And that's kind of like where I'm at. I'm universal with the music. I don't have it in the box. As you said, like both songs doesn't really give you a set genre. It just gives you that universal feel because the world is big and I want to touch everybody. But definitely Kiara. I love Judith McAllister. I would love to work with her.
Mhm.
Um, I always do her songs, To Our God. Um, I like Phil Thompson as well. Are you Phil Thompson? He's
I
one
know,
of his songs I
who.
like. Yeah, and there's another artist. I like Jacqueline Carr. I would love to
I
do
do.
a collab with
Mm.
her. I
Yeah,
would
she
love
was
to do
actually.
a collab with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love Erica Campbell as well.
Yep.
Erica
Um,
Campbell.
it's interesting, and you mentioned Kiera Shear.
Mhm.
What I really love with her is just her ability to kind of bring you into the music. Like, growing up,
Mhm.
obviously I've known about many different gospel artists and whatnot, but I didn't really listen to a lot of, like, the traditional gospel. So it
Right.
wasn't until, like, the Kirk Franklins came along, and you have again a lot of the younger artists like Kiera Shear and so
Yeah.
many other people.
Yeah.
And I just love the way that they're able to bring you into the music, because honestly, that's kind of what really got me listening to a lot of
Yeah.
inspirational music and a lot of gospel
Yeah.
music. So yeah,
Yeah. She definitely brings that. Like again, like all of us on you don't know like from the beginning to now, and even and you see the growth of her as well. Like just how she came from where she came from, and then now. So she's definitely top number one though. She's number one, definitely.
now that's dope. So I really would love for people to be able to kind of look you up. Like, where can people
Mhm.
find you online, or is there a website that you send people to, or
So definitely, you guys can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, IG, TikTok, YouTube. It's all Alex Sales. I kept it easy for everybody to find. Um, that way, it won't be hard. Just stay connected to me. Website is coming, but definitely those what social media handles you'll be able to find and stay connected to everything because I usually post everything that's coming up or what's to stay tuned. And if you want to reach out to me, also you can email me at 329 all things at gmail.com. And let's just stay connected. I have some great and wonderful things coming up that I don't want you guys to miss. And yeah, let's grow together.
how active are you with social media? Like,
Oh, very active. I'm on it every day. I think it's a little too, I probably need to pull back, but because
yeah,
of you being an artist, you have to give the content, you have to, make sure you're interacting. But I'm on it. I respond pretty quickly. If I get
yeah.
a notification or a tag, um, especially my page is being open, so you can just easily tag me and I'll get it. But I'm very, very active on it, on all of them.
No,
Every last one of them.
I think that is super cool. I think that you are an
Hmm.
amazing artist. I'm really
Thank
grateful
you.
for the opportunity to even get to know who you are, and let
Thank
alone
you.
have you on the platform. Like I think that was really amazing.
Thank you.
So grateful to you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, James. I
Any type of,
appreciate it.
do you have any type of final comments or anything that you want to lastly get out there before we let you go?
Sure. I just want to tell everyone, especially artists, as myself, that is, up and coming, just keep the faith, keep God first. I know sometimes the steps that we take, it may seem like, it's nothing happening, it's not moving, it's not going. But I say this every time, God's timing is the best timing. Even when we look at others that we may be like, how come they become further than, just be patient, do the work, stay grounded, keep the faith, and keep him first. Those are my words right there. Stay grounded, do the work, keep him first, and yeah, you trust me, your work won't go unnoticed. And just when you think it's not gonna happen, it's happening at the right time. I'm a true believer. And let's just grow, let's be, and just know who you are and what you're coming into.
Now, again, I really want to thank you. I think this is really
Thank
amazing.
you.
You are you are what we need right now. We
Thank you.
really need this. I think that move is great. I'm definitely looking forward to more music. So hopefully, top of
Yes.
next quarter, we'll get that
Yes.
new single.
But we
Yeah,
definitely stay connected.
fingers crossed. But I know
It
that
we definitely will send everything to you.
awesome. But I know that you have so many other things that are in store. So I'm looking forward to seeing everything pop off. We are following you on social media now. So
Yes.
I'll definitely be keeping up. But thank you so much for coming onto the platform.
Thank you too, James. Thank you.
All right. You have a great evening.
Bye.
All right, y'all. So listen, I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. We had that interview scheduled. And again, once again, my two co-hosts, Cat Queen and Tiff Tiff, are out tonight. They are under the weather and not feeling well. So we're not doing like the hot topics and all that stuff tonight. But once again, I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you guys pull us up on YouTube. Of course, all of our videos are there, all of the past episodes. Of course, we've been on for a little bit over a year. So you guys can get some really, really dope episodes. Once again, thank you to Alex Sales for being here on the platform. Make sure that you guys check her out, Alex Sales Music. That's AlexSayles So you guys can pull her up on social media, Instagram, Facebook, X, and make sure that you guys follow. Make sure that you check out the new single Move. And it's going to be a whole lot more coming from her. Hopefully, we get this new single at the top of the next quarter. So listen, I got my fingers crossed on that one because her music is really, really good. I really want you guys to go and listen to the single. It's on all streaming platforms, so definitely Spotify. I got an Apple Music, but make sure that you guys go in and check that out. Make sure that you hit up the website, ugdigital.com. Everything, Transcending the Culture, the Entertainment Club, everything is there. A whole lot more is coming. We're actually getting the radio station website up over the next day or so, so you guys will be able to get there. Move is uploaded into our database already, so that is streaming in rotation on UG Digital Radio. Some new shows are going to be coming. Let's see, what else do we have going on? I mentioned at the top of the show that comedian Coco Brown is coming to the platform next Wednesday. So you definitely want to make sure that you're here. We are, of course, going to be putting out flyers and posting across social media, across the web. So you guys should see, that flyer going out there. But make sure that you tune in. I'll make sure that I'm sending out reminders. But that's about it, guys. So once again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. I am actually going to sign out here tonight. I feel like I'm missing something. But make sure that you guys send shouts again to Cat Queen and Tip Tip because they are both under the weather tonight. They should be back with me next Wednesday when we have Coco Brown here. But until then, I hope you guys have an amazing evening. I'm gonna actually get some posting and stuff done on social media tonight. So listen, I'll see you guys on there. You know, check in.